What is going on, people? We are back. Power is officially back for the final episodes. Uh, I know everybody excited. Everybody had their little theories going. Who shot Ghost? Is Ghost dead? Is he alive? And we got a lot of questions answered on this first episode, season 6, episode 11, titled Still Dre. So this was kind of Dre's episode, and something big happened with Dre. So yeah, let's get right into it. You know, I'm glad to be back with y'all. So yeah, we start the episode. Dre, we meet his girl. Dre is talking to his girl, and his girl is trying to convince him to leave New York, but Dre is still into the game. He wants to stay in New York and be the kingpin. He wants to be the new Ghost, you know, but his girl is trying to convince him to leave. His girl, she bad too. So after Dre set up James with the phone in his apartment, he thought that James was gonna get caught up, but James was a free man as usual, and he sees that James is running for lieutenant governor. So he goes to Sax, and he lets Sax have it. So he sees that James, even though James set him up, and he tried to set James up now, and James is still free. So Dre still has that vendetta going. So Dre was involved with a shootout with the Serbians too, and they still think that he killed Jason. Uh, so Dre is trying to set up his own empire, and one of his boys got out. That's supposed to be Dre's homie, and this dude this nigga Dre uses his homie as a shield. So that's just, of course, that's Dre is still Dre. That's Dre right there, classic Dre. He used his homie as a shield. His homie got popped, so Dre escapes it and all that shit. So now he talked to his girl again, and now his girl has finally convinced him, after he got shot and all, he had a near-death experience, to, you know, just leave New York, go away, leave that life behind, go into witness protection and all that. So they're going to Las Vegas. So Dre goes to see his mother for the money, because if we go back a little bit, it's this episode is interesting because it's nothing in the present. It's filling in the gaps of what we saw in the last episodes, and probably episodes before, where Tariq brought Dre to see Ghost. But now we see that originally Dre wants to leave town. His girl convinced him to leave town, so he goes to Tasha, and he threatens to snitch on Tariq if Tasha doesn't give him $50,000. So now Tariq goes to bring him the money, and then Tariq tells Dre that he also needs a favor. So with that favor, he needs a piece, an untraceable piece. So is that the piece that Tariq used to kill his pops? We don't know yet. So Dre tells him, you know, you need to do something for me. You need to bring me the Ghost. So now we see why Tariq brought Dre to Ghost, and you know, Dre asks Ghost for the money and all that, and of course, Ghost set him up. But Dre also went to see his mom's and asked his mom's for the money. And with that, we see a little bit really inside of what turned Dre into Dre, and his whole relationship with his mom. And Dre got some crazy mommy issues. So back in the day, Dre stole something from a neighbor or something, and after that, you know, his mom just called him a demon child. She always looked at him as nothing from that point on, and that always stuck with Dre. And he's telling her that from that, there was nothing else he could become than that little demon that she called him all the time. And but this dude, Dre tried to tell her he changed and all this, and he wanted to feed his daughter. He gave her a sad story, but his mom wasn't falling for it, and she was about to shoot Dre for a second, and Dre took the gun. He was about to shoot her for a second, so their relationship is toxic as hell. So you see a little bit why Dre is the way he is. Um, but also, Dre visits Tate too, and he's the one who gives Tate the information about Tariq and Raymond Jones. And Tate is fast forwarding his witness protection, get him all the information, and giving him money. Um, Now we see, also in between the episode we really see who gave we see the where Ghost sent the phone in to Spanky and 2-Bit, and he ordered them to kill Dre in jail, and they were gonna carry it out, but Dre is Dre. Dre slipped out, so they didn't get to carry it out. And after that, Ghost was gonna take care of their families, but also with 2-Bit and Spanky. 2-Bit didn't snitch, but this dude Spanky, he snitched on Tommy. He told Blanca that Tommy basically killed Poncho. So eventually, at the end, he gets released, and 2-Bit is still locked up. And the crazy thing is, 2-Bit, even when Ghost called him up, I think it was Ghost who called him, about the hit and all that. He made sure that Spanky was gonna be taken care of. Also, he said, "Make sure my man and his family is taken care of." So I think 2-Bit was loyal too from the beginning, but Spanky was like, I ain't built for prison. I ain't going away. And we finally got some BG talk too. So 2-Bit knew that BG was dead. He told Tommy he called Tommy and told Tommy that it was Dre who set all of them up and ruined the business, and he also told Tommy that Dre is the one who killed BG. So we got I guess we got a little bit of closure on BG, because everybody wants to know why nobody talking about BG. Do they even know BG is dead? Do they give a damn that he's dead? Seemed like Tommy Kid, he was dead, but there was so much shit going on. So what else we had here? So now we have Tate put 100K on Ghost's head. He wanted Dre to kill Ghost, I guess. So that would put him back in the race, or basically just derail Ghost, because the way Ghost chewed him out that time, Ghost just made Tate feel like he was nothing. And so Tate wanted that revenge, so he told Dre that he basically blackmailed Dre into killing Ghost. Well, formerly known as Dre, now Eric Anthony Davidson. So so Dre is going to do it, but his girl convinces him. His girl tells him that Tate is the one who gave you the identity. So if he gives you up, he's basically giving himself up. He's implicating himself. So you don't really even have to go and kill Ghost. You can just walk away clean and start over. You got 100 down from him. We can start over. So they're driving away, but Dre has a vendetta against Ghost. He can't let this one walk away because he knows he's probably in the back of his head. He's thinking Ghost is gonna come after him again, or he just can't let this shit go. Him and Ghost been through so much that he can't let it go. So he turns the car around. He starts walking to go kill Ghost, just like in the last episode, the mid-season finale. He pulls out his gun and he walks into Truth. But as he walks into Truth, he has a shot pop off. So now we know that Dre isn't the killer because the Ghost was shot as Dre walked in. So Dre ain't even go see what was going on. He just dipped off. As he left, he walked into Blanca. Before she even finished saying his name, Dre, his name only got one syllable. Before she even finished saying it, he hooked her. And Blanca was knocked out and he was out. So him and his girl, now they're leaving again. But his girl is telling him, I told you not to go back. Why did you go back? And so now Dre goes to a rest stop. He's getting potato chips for himself. He ain't got nothing for his girl. He ain't got nothing for his daughter. He got a bag of potato chips and some kind of energy drink or soda. But he did get a little stuffed animal for his daughter. So he goes to pay, but on the television, and here it is. This is big right here. On the television screen, there's a news report that says that the lieutenant governor candidate, James St. Patrick, he was found slain in Truth. So from the TV report, it was confirmed that Ghost is dead. I thought that was a cool way for them to reveal his death. You know, it was different. It was surprising they revealed it that way. I like the way they revealed he was dead. So James St. Patrick is dead. Ghost is dead. All of y'all with the theories that he faked his death and all that, or he had someone shoot him, or he's not dead. He's dead. They confirmed he's dead, and I'm surprised they did it so early too. But in a few minutes, there's kind of a trade-off with it. So when Dre sees that, Dre is happy as hell. Dre walks out that store, that rest stop store, with a big ass smile on his face. He's damn near whistling, happy as hell. But then the cops pull up. They snatch him up, and now Dre is probably the only one that they can ID at the scene so far. Maybe there's someone else, but him so far, since he hooked Blanca while he was walking outside of Truth, they have him at the scene. So right now he's the prime suspect. He can really go down for it. So he's in jail now. Now that he's back in jail, he's back in the crosshairs of 2-Bit. So he sees 2-Bit, but he starts some shit with some other people to get thrown into solitary confinement. So now, for the time being, Dre is safe from 2-Bit. But then, this is another huge moment in this episode in the series. Dre is sitting in solitary confinement, but even back, let's go back a little bit, because when his mother visits him through his girlfriend called his mom, and his mom, came to visit him. And we see that his mom basically tells Dre that you belong in prison. I love you, you're my son, but this is where you belong. And Dre begs her to help him get out, but his mother's not going to help him get out. And now, the woman that he doesn't want anywhere near his daughter, she's going to be taking care of his daughter and raising his daughter. And she kind of rubs it in and lets him know. And she tells his daughter, Heaven, to say goodbye to daddy and all that. So that's a huge hit to Dre also, that I'm pretty sure the Dre haters are going to like. So we fast forward, and Dre is in solitary confinement, and you know the little slot that they have. Spanky walks up, and he starts, threatening Dre. And in his hand, he has lighter fluid or alcohol or whatever it is. And so Dre tries to plead with him. He tells them that James is dead, so they don't have to work with him anymore. They don't have to do this. But 2-Bit has a personal vendetta with Dre. 2-Bit been wanting Dre as bad for a minute. So Dre is basically a dead man. So Spanky sprays him, and then 2-Bit throws the lighter in there. Dre is burned alive. So Dre, after all this shit throughout the entire series, Dre he got what was coming to him. His ass got what was coming to him. I ain't really mind it, but Dre had a lot of haters, people, and he just had that character that made you hate him. He would just do. He had no loyalty. He would snitch at any moment. He would turn on somebody at any moment, kill at any moment, do whatever it took to get what he wanted. So Dre was burned alive. Just, it was a satisfying death for Dre. So at the end of the episode, we see, Spanky got out, because he told. But 2-Bit was still in jail. He didn't tell. So these two, they basically been inseparable, basically the entire series. But now, and when 2-Bit sees that Spanky was out, and because he snitched, he finally turned on Spanky and told Tommy that, on his burner, that 2-Bit, that Spanky snitched on him, and that he's out right now. So Spanky is talking to Blanca, and she asks him, how does he feel about being out while his man's is in there? He said, he basically said he's not in there, so he's good. And he knows 2-Bit is not going to snitch, so he's going to stay in there. And then the end of the episode, we see Paz walk in, and she's talking to, I think, Blanca. But also, if we go back a little, after Dre peeled off from Truth, after he hit Blanca, he saw Tommy, right around there. So Tommy was in the area. So we'll see how that goes. But overall, I thought it was interesting how they kind of filled in the gaps from the last episodes. It was a little different, and I like how they revealed James's death. And I'm pretty sure a lot of people gonna be happy as hell that Dre is dead, and the way he died. Like, a motherfucker like Dre gotta die by fire, cause he done too much shit. So yeah, and I wonder how they're gonna do the rest of the episodes. Are they gonna fill in the gaps like they did here, or are they gonna, or are we gonna be? Since they revealed his death, we're probably gonna be back in the present with the rest of the episode. Yeah, most likely, because they have them in interrogation and all that. So I'm guessing we'll be back in the present, but it'll be interesting to see how they unfold everything and how the killer is revealed. But James St. Patrick is dead. R.I.P. Now he's with Angela now, wherever they at. Dre is dead, finally, for most people. So, yeah, this was they did a lot for this, two major deaths for this mid-season premiere. But let me know what y'all thought about this, about the mid-season premiere, what y'all thought about this episode, and what y'all think about James being dead. A lot of people said they won't even continue watching if he's dead. But you know, you've been invested in the show for so long, you might as well just see it through to the end. So what y'all thought about him being dead, about the reveal of his death, and what do you see going forward for the remaining episodes? Well, anyway, once again, I'm Emmanuel for Altenor Media. Been a pleasure once being back. Be back with the reviews, Power Family. So let me know what y'all think in the comments, and make sure to subscribe to the channel. Also to like the video, share the video with fellow Power fans. All right, we'll catch y'all next week for the next review. This one was really short because it was like basically filling in the blanks of the last episode. So, all right, catch y'all next week. Peace.